Hey, welcome back. So last time we talked all about the green premium and how to think about decarbonization as a really smart investment. But, an investment without a plan, that's just a gamble. So today we are moving past the why and diving straight into the how. We're going to build the operational blueprint for decarbonizing logistics, step by step.
And look, the stakes could not be higher. This isn't about some glossy PDF you stick on your website anymore. With all the pressure from customers, from regulators, having a clear, actionable roadmap is becoming a fundamental requirement just to stay in business. It is literally your blueprint for survival.
So over the next few minutes, we're going to build this blueprint together. We'll cover how you find your starting point, how to chart the smartest possible route, and then crucially, how to execute that plan with some real agility. Okay, first things first. You can't map out a route if you don't know your current coordinates, right? It's the most basic rule of navigation, and it's absolutely essential here. So your whole journey has to start with data. And not just any data. You need a complete, verified baseline of your entire emissions footprint. That means Scope 1, the emissions you create directly. Scope 2, that's from the electricity you buy. And then there's the really tricky one, Scope 3. All those indirect emissions from your entire supply chain. This is your "you are here" marker on the map.
And you can see here, the standards for this data are changing fast. A little while ago, good faith estimates were often good enough. But very soon, the expectation is going to shift to fully audit-grade data. The bar is rising, and a credible roadmap has to be built on accuracy, not guesswork.
All right, so once you know your starting point, you need a destination. We call this your North Star. This is your big, ambitious, long-term goal. And honestly, in the world of logistics, that star is often put in the sky for you by the demands of your biggest global customers. They've got their own targets to meet after all.
So, we've got our starting point, we have our destination, now we get to the most strategic part of this whole thing, charting the smartest route to get from A to B. There are tons of ways to get there, but we need to find the most efficient one.
And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, should you invest in electric vehicles, or maybe route optimization software? What about sustainable fuels? If you make the wrong choice early on, it can be incredibly costly. So how do you prioritize? Well, the answer lies in this really powerful tool called the Marginal Abatement Cost Curve, or MACC. And this is a total game changer. Think of it like your strategic compass. It doesn't just show you a bunch of options, it actually ranks them by how much carbon reduction you get for every single dollar you spend. It just cuts through all the noise.
And this shows you exactly how it works. On the left, you see things like route optimization that are below the line. They actually have a negative cost, which means they save you money while cutting carbon. It's a no-brainer. Then you move up to more expensive things like electric heavy-duty vehicles. And way over on the right, you have the really high-cost future tech like green hydrogen. This lets you create this incredibly smart financial strategy. You start with the projects that actually generate savings. Then, and this is the genius part, you take those savings and reinvest them into the next level of projects. You're basically creating a self-funding engine for your entire decarbonization journey.
But look, a brilliant plan is completely worthless if it just sits on a shelf collecting dust. So the next phase is all about execution. It's about action. And this is critical. It's about adaptation.
Tactically, your actions are going to fall into three main buckets. First, and honestly most importantly, is avoid and reduce. Can you ship less by improving your load factor? This is the cheapest and most effective way to start. Then you shift to less intense modes, like putting freight on rail instead of road. And finally, you improve by investing in new tech like electric trucks.
But you have to remember this, your roadmap is not set in stone. I mean, technology, fuel costs, carbon taxes, all of that is going to change constantly. Your plan has to be a living document, something designed to be agile and responsive.
And that's where governance becomes so important. You need a disciplined process. Review the plan every single quarter, be ready to pivot, and most importantly, build accountability by tying these goals to the performance reviews of your procurement and logistics teams. This makes decarbonization everyone's job, not just the sustainability team's problem.
So when you put all of this together, this roadmap stops being a compliance headache and it really transforms into a powerful competitive advantage. A well-built roadmap. It gives you access to green financing. It builds resilience right into your supply chain. And it makes you a preferred partner for the biggest companies in the world. It takes this big, abstract idea of climate action and turns it into a disciplined business process that creates real, tangible value. But I know what you're thinking.
This is all great, but where do I get the budget to even start? I hear you. And that's exactly why in our next explainer, we're going to focus on that most profitable part of the MACC curve. We're going to show you how to get those first huge wins.
So, are you ready to get some serious emissions reductions without massive capital expenditure? Because you probably already have the tools you need. We'll show you exactly how to use them. See you next time.